Here are the odds to win the NCAA Tournament 2017, brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. Well, Gonzaga, number one seed, is plus 1,200, but Duke, the number two seed, is plus 600. Obviously, the odds makers and the people who do the seeding don't always agree, and this is no exception. So Duke is the favorite to win the NCAA Tournament. Kentucky certainly peaking at the right time, as they say. Another number two seed is plus 850, by the way. These are based on $100 per bet. So, Duke is basically 6-1. And Villanova would be, the 17-2, etc. So this is based on $100 per bet. And you will see you can win $500,000. Quite a few teams are actually $500,001. So yes, if a mega long shot wins, you bet $200 on them, you could actually win $1 million. Virginia, you can see they were number one earlier this year. They're plus 4,000. Baylor is actually number one for a while. They're plus 5,000. So you do have some legitimate long shots of teams that were powerhouses. Florida State, with a good big man and a freshman, can pound the ball inside. They are the equivalent of 30-1, or they are actually 30-1, or plus 3,000. Purdue, another team with a powerful big man, also at 30-1. You want the spread winners? No question. You'll get it from OffshoreInsiders.com. OffshoreInsiders.com is the place to go for your winning picks. Michigan, despite winning the Big Ten, is plus 6,500 to 1, or a 65 to 1 long shot. And Minnesota is plus 7,500. A lot of people thought they're a little bit overseeded. We will see. Now let's take a look at some more of the other odds. Notre Dame is plus 8,000. And there you can see, you run it down, and like I said, you're going to see in a moment, you can really, really, really win some big money on some long shots. South Carolina gets to play close to home in the opening pod, so they should maybe be able to advance. Wichita State, plus 8,500. They're a team that a lot of people think is a little lower seeded than they should be. Michigan State, a team that's had more than their share of success in March, but were a bubble team, didn't even know until Selection Sunday whether or not they will make it. But they are only 10,000 to 1. I say only when you consider that they were a bubble team. Not too bad of odds. But if you're a big believer in Tom Izzo, no better long shot on the board. And I would say off the top of my head, look, my specialty at Joe Duffy's Picks at OffshoreInsiders.com is making the picks against the spread. But if you're talking about an obvious long shot, Michigan State would certainly be one of them, as well as Wichita State, two teams that have been there and done that. Wichita State's pretty balanced. They have four guys that average more than 9 points per game, so they're not really relying on just one player. And there you can see teams like Seton Hall, Virginia Commonwealth. On a $100 bet, you can win $30,000, plus 30,000. Wake Forest, another team that just snuck in there. They are indeed a long shot. Now you can see the rest of the field, and there are three teams not listed. You'll see it on the next page: NC Wilmington, Vermont, and Winthrop. All those teams are plus 500,000 to 1. So if you really think a big long shot's going to win this entire thing, whoever that long shot is, $200, all of a sudden, you are a millionaire. So that's right. If Northern Kentucky, they can knock off their in-state rival Kentucky and then just win a few more games, you will be a very wealthy person. And we'll tell you, of course, we did tell you that OffshoreInsiders.com is most definitely, and there's not much debate, OffshoreInsiders.com is the place to go for your winning spread picks. We'll tell you in a moment where you definitely want to bet it. By the way, please subscribe to us if you're watching on the simulcast on YouTube, or maybe you are listening to this on Stitcher or iTunes. Subscribe to us. And if you're listening to us on Stitcher or iTunes, please give us a positive review, a 5-star play. That will help us in the search engines. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like. But mybookie.ag is the place to bet it. Use the promo code of Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y, Duffy. You will get a 50% sign-up bonus Deposit $1,000, you have a total of $1,500 in your bank account. It is money that you can bet tonight. I mean, it is put in there instantly. You can bet it tonight. Just go to mybookie.ag, and of course, for the winning picks, it's offshoreinsiders.com.